guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to film my Pan Those Eyeshadows update for you. So this is the April update where I will show you how I got on with my Beauty Bay palette for the month of March, and I will show you the eyeshadows that I've chosen to focus on in April. So I will get straight into it and show you the progress I made on the Beauty Bay EYN Nude palette. So I'll try and get in really close so you can see. But it might not look like I've made a lot of progress, but I did definitely focus in on a few shades, and I completely skipped out on a few shades as well. I didn't focus on certain ones at all, just because I thought I would try and you know, get a lot of use out of certain ones just to try and see some progress. This, as I mentioned in the last update, this is a pretty new palette to me in the sense that I've barely used it. And it's definitely highlighted to me, like, compared to previous months where I've chosen eyeshadows where I've had a lot of use out of them, you know, to begin with, and then starting from complete scratch on certain eyeshadows, it showed me how long it does actually take to hit pan and to see progress. So I'll quickly run through with you the eyeshadows that I focus on and how I use them. So this second shade in here, I use this as an under eye setting powder, which worked really, really well. It's quite a light sort of pink toned, just off-white shade, and I used it lightly just to set my concealer under my eyes. You might be able to tell, like, the B that's sort of embossed in it has completely worn away. I also use this shade here as a transition shade, which is really lovely. It's like quite a unique yellow toned transition shade. Then I used these three shimmery shades here the most. I used these two as face highlights, and occasionally I would put it all over the lid as well. I used this one as an all over the lid shade, as well as a couple of these ones too, but not as much as the other ones. I wore a couple of these darker shimmery shades once or twice, so there's not really any progress to see, and then I used this beautiful bluey toned silver shade here a few times as well. But I definitely found that multitasking the use of these eyeshadows helped me get through, you know, as much as I did. And I'm really, really excited to use this palette in the future as well, and I'm definitely considering using this as my next Pan That palette. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But I absolutely loved using this, and I'm really excited to use it again in the future when it comes back around. And so I'll move on to the shadows that I've chosen for the month of April. I keep wanting to say May, but it's definitely not May yet. So I've picked a couple of neutrals and then a couple of purple toned single eyeshadows, and that is because I feel like my progress on my Tartelette palette has really stalled just recently, and I want to really get working through those purple toned eyeshadows in that palette. So I thought that if I choose a few singles to kind of really complement that look, then I'll be encouraged to wear more purple. So this one here is the neutral. It's Creme Brulee from Makeup Geek, and I have quite a fair bit of use on this one already. It's like the softest matte eyeshadow ever. Like, Makeup Geek eyeshadows are my favourite formula. I know I say that all the time, but it's true. So that's the first one. Then I have another neutral, and this is MAC's Blank Type, which looks like that. And I thought that I could use this one in a similar way to I used that shade in the Beauty Bay palette to set my under eyes. It might be too light, but I thought with a light hand I might be able to get away with it, so we'll give that one a go. And then for the purpley type eyeshadows, I have another MAC one. This is called Wow Factor, and it was a limited edition shade, but it's just a very, very pale lilac matte shade, which I thought would go incredibly well with the next one, which is MAC's Beautiful Iris. Probably one of my favourite eyeshadows of all time. It's just beautiful. And it's like a shimmery, frosty lilac shade that has sort of like light blue running through it. And it looks really nice for my eye colour, so can't wait to use that one all over the lid. And then we have my Topshop Wax and Wane eyeshadow, which you might have seen if you watched my recent vlog where I shopped my makeup stash for spring. And I have to be really careful holding this up because it is loose in the pan. But you might be able to tell it's like a duochrome between blue and purple. And it's absolutely stunning. We'll do a swatch for it. So that's what it looks like when I put my finger in. And that's what it looks like swatched out. How cool is that? So those are the 5 single eyeshadows I've chosen for April. I'm not sure if I'll be able to hit pan on any of them, maybe the Makeup Geek one. But I hope you enjoyed this little update, guys, and seeing my progress on the eyeshadows. But I hope you are all doing really, really well. Let me know if you're panning any eyeshadows in the comments, and if you're not subscribed to my channel already, please do so. I would absolutely love that, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!